Hi, it's Marshall and Linton from the SAM, the Spectrum Alliance movement. Today we're just going to talk about something about a bit about Linton's history and why we want to get involved with autism and mental health in ethnic minorities, and perhaps how it's underrepresented and why it's underrepresented. And so what we'll start off is by saying, how did you find growing up in a toxic families in the environment there, and how do you feel they reacted with you as somebody with a mental health issue?
Kind of in denial.
So was you saying they didn't think you had it, or that the condition didn't exist?
It could have been a bit of both, but I remember my grandmother, you've met her before, she's wanted to get me, she's the one that kind of grasped all the something different with them, and my dad did too, and his sister and that, and she was willing to get a loan and break the bank to get me a tutor to be at home, but my mother had none of it, and kind of, I say without being bad, in denial with it.
So it was your father's mother that was the one that came and helped you?
Yeah.
But your mother and her mother, they were more...
Didn't know that. I think my mother's mother, I've heard from my gran, was in with it, get him a tutor, but my mother herself, she wouldn't have none of it. I had to go to their school, and it was like, just in denial.
Now, I don't think people mind me saying, but you're from a mixed race family. Your father was white and your mother was black. Do you feel yourself that there was that it is a racial thing, that people in the black community might not embrace mental health the way that the white community has?
You know what, that's one thing I've always thought, because I haven't quite put my finger to it, because it's funny the way you say that yourself, like, my white side and my family would embrace it, and like in my family itself, my black side, there's people that would embrace it, because I've got cousins and that on that side, and
of course Tasha's one of them. Tasha Jonas, the boxer, she embraces the mental health side of things, doesn't she?
She always used to tell me, you can do it, and there's no way there's can't. But then there's my other cousin that's got a child that's got it, and she even said that the stuff that she sees in her child, she's seen in me as a kid when we were growing up, and that the similarities and stuff. But a lot of denial and some stuff. I can't say that way. Like bullying in schools and stuff. Like I used to go on crying, thinking, I knew it was different anyway, and basically just hush hush. And then I think even now, when I remember one time getting told that because you were with me when I went out the call, when I told me and my mum about my ADHD, it's like one of them was like, oh, well, how would the doctor know? And it's like, so you're trying to question me. Again, you're in denial, and you're trying to question a psychologist that deals with this on a yearly basis. So they're wrong.
And we do have organisations that we've come to know in Merseyside area. We've got MARE, which is the Merseyside Alliance for Racial Equality, and we've been to a couple of their meetings. I think what they said that is people seem to give up when they try to get into the ethnic minorities and try and help people with mental health, but they give up too easily. Do you feel like if we made a different approach, maybe like going to colleges or something like that, and keep pushing, seeing what we can do to help young people with mental health?
Yeah, I think it would help, but knowing that I've been through stuff myself, I could guide them and say, listen, you're different, but there's nothing bad about being different. You're unique in a way. That's the way I think now. I'm unique. I'm not like everyone else. I don't go out and do the same things as everyone else does. I do my own thing, and if no one likes me, they don't like the way I do things, then that's up to them, but I'm not going to change me. It took me I'm 37 this year, so it took me nearly 40 years to think. It doesn't matter what people think of you, just be yourself and do you. That's the only thing you can do, because what people need to realise as well is, like, your family and other friends, they can't live your life for you. So people telling you this and that and being in denial with stuff, if you're going to be worrying with that, then you're going to be taking it basically to your grave. That I've learned over the last couple of years since living up here. It's like, there's no point dwelling on stuff of white people living like that with you. You just get on with it and don't care what they do or say about it, you know.
I mean, that is a positive impact and a positive way of looking at things. Do you feel that you can now be a positivity to other people, and do you feel like you could be a role model to people that are still in a community where they might not be accepted for their mental health?
I'd say getting out, but like I've said to you before, and your family member and your sister, I don't think I'm a, be honest with the people person, but then like I've noticed myself over the past being out, like people grasp hold of me that quick and want to be around me and chat to me, as you've seen in our live rooms with when we went to places of how much like groups and that have embraced me as soon as I've come through the war.
Yeah,
the room and stuff.
That's the live rooms in Southport, which is it's a Merseyside thing, and of course there we met another group, and that was the Southport African Caribbean Heritage Association. And that again is run by a council member called Gemma Collins. Say CBS called Gemma Collins, and that's been really successful as well. Do you feel like there are now starting to have like small communities that are like focusing on mental health in the areas that weren't when you were younger?
Very much, yeah. I'd say that because there was nothing with mine. It was you were lazy in school, even the teachers, not just with people in family being in denial, but even the teachers, I could say. But it's kind of a nightmare with them because I was lazy with my work, and then, like I've told you before, someone was getting diagnosed with something, and then what you call them, the people that do the diagnosis.
What you mean, like the psychologist?
Yeah, someone come into the school and basically see me and said, come here, so I don't know whether the school had had a word or whatever, and then went back in the room and went, yeah, this at the time before, because it was years later that I got diagnosed with being on the spectrum, that it was dyslexia. But then the school wanted to keep me after that and told me, mum and dad, oh, we can stay here if he wants to, for another year, and both of them asked me, and I'm not stupid even if I'm different. I don't know, you put me through stuff over the years, and now you want to keep me, because basically to me it's like, is it because you might be thinking you might be able to get a bit of that now?
So you felt like you was a commodity rather than a person. That's not a nice way to feel, is it? That's absolutely awful. I mean, now that you're in Southport, do you feel like you're getting a better way of life? Do you feel like the place itself's more accepting of things, or do you think it's just easier in Southport?
Well, if you see me about maybe 3 years ago, this is not the same person that you've heard from my sister when you've been to the Liverpool Collective. She said, wow, that's not my brother, he never used to be like that, and then this is my younger sister. She grasped onto it at first. It's like, well, I think my brother's autistic, because at the time she was in love with someone, and she seen their little brother, and she was thinking, she even said to me, well, we need to get you assessed then, because I think you're like him, but she didn't know I was on the list waiting for so long. But she's always embraced it and that and stuff. I knew that I was different and clicked on. Even my other sister after her started to click on and stuff.
No, obviously you've come into Southport, you're moving on, you want to be a role model, you join now the SAM, the Spectrum Alliance movement. You're doing things in filming, you're doing things in music. We're going to start going back to colleges and speaking to colleges. Do you think that's going to make a difference when we go to the colleges? They're like the schools and the colleges that you went to previously.
I think it will.
Yeah.
I think now it will. Maybe back 10, 20 years ago, people wouldn't have been, bothered or anything with it, but I think now, I think it's going to thrive, and it's a different place anyway compared to when I was a kid. I can feel it, and Southport itself, I think, is more embracive than it is back in Liverpool. I think like when I've been to a doctor's and I've needed something, with me, being on the spectrum and that, I've been able to get hold of them very quick, and they've been very, helpful.
Yeah, well,
in Liverpool, there was a wait.
Yeah, I think that's it. And we've got the number now, because I think what's important to say is that now that we both work for something called the Spectrum Alliance movement, and obviously Linton, you want to hear from people that's been in your situation. And what we're going to do now is, I'll just take my glasses off while I do some reading, is we've got a phone number which is 07904 958 056. I'll just say that one number again. I will tell you it's 07904 958 and if you want to email us or text us, even WhatsApp or something, it doesn't have to be 9 to 5. You know, we understand mental health isn't 9 to 5 weekends off, so you can text us, email us at any time. We'll get back to you as soon as possible. We promise to get back to you. And if it's just like a story that where you've listened to Linton today and that's kind of hit a nerve and hit home with you, or any kind of comments that you'd like to make on what we've been talking about today, you know, you can go to our website as well, samsociety.com.